And now, in studio, bringing his Midwest values from the Show Me State to the land of San Diego. He's a triple threat, licensed as an attorney, mortgage broker, and a top producing realtor who's crushing the competition. Here to deliver you what's happening in the trenches of the market. Your host, Michael Gaddis.
Good evening, San Diego. Welcome to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I am your host, Michael Gaddis. I am a top producing real estate broker, a licensed California attorney specializing in helping distressed homeowners, and an NMLS licensed mortgage broker. I truly am San Diego's real estate expert. I am here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. to discuss anything and everything related to San Diego real estate. I welcome any questions or issues that you would like to hear from me on the show. There are several ways that you could contact me. First, you could call me at 888-242-2272. That's 888-242-2272. You can also email me at michael@michaelgaddis.com. That's michael@michaelgaddis.com. Or you can visit my website at www.michaelgaddis.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter at MGJD Realty. Finally, you can visit my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Michael Gaddis Realty Group. I'd like to start the show today by talking a little bit about what I did last night. Last night, I went to a Chamber of Commerce event. I went to the San Diego Coastal Chamber of Commerce. Last night, they had a wine, food, and business expo at the Morgan Run Resort Club and Resort in Rancho Santa Fe. And let me tell you, I had a really good time there. I met a lot of people and met a lot of new businesses. There's a couple of them I'd like to really kind of call out that really kind of impressed me the most. One of the first places I went was to a place called a booth from somebody called Bliss and Baker Baking Company. And they had Rice Krispie treats on their desk there. They were giving samples away, and I tried one. And, I've had a lot of Rice Krispie treats in my day. And I thought, Rice Krispie treats pretty much taste the same. They do not taste the same. The Rice Krispie treat that I got from Bliss and Baker Baking Company was incredible. I literally just stood there just with it melting in my mouth, and there were just so many different flavors that I did not expect from a Rice Krispie treat. I mean, it was really amazing. So, they specialize in doing gift baskets and things like that and party favors for weddings and such. And I highly recommend that you try their Rice Krispie treats because I'm telling you, it kind of blew my socks off. You can visit them. Their website is www.blissandbaker.com. That's www.blissandbaker.com. And the email address, if you want to contact him, is loveblissandbaker@gmail.com. That's loveblissandbaker@gmail.com. I also visited Andrew Knudsen, who is the executive chef at the Hilton in Del Mar. And he gave me some ahi tartar that was just out of sight as well. I tried a lot of things there. I tried a lot of different food. They had different types of food and wine and beverages there. And when I tried the ahi tartar, I just kind of I just kind of gazed straight. And he saw me, and he must have known that I was impacted by it. And we kind of laughed about it because it was the most amazing ahi tartar that I have ever had. And so I also recommend anybody who is interested in having some really good food go to the Hilton in Del Mar. It's located at 15575 Jimmy Durante Boulevard in Del Mar, California, 92014. That's 15575 Jimmy Durante Boulevard, Del Mar, California, 92014. And as I said, ask for Andrew Knudsen. I'm telling you, that ahi tartar was just incredible. And the last person I'd like to kind of mention to you guys that I saw last night was a tax attorney named Michael Foltz Wexler. He's a certified specialist in tax law, and he's a brilliant man. We had a long conversation last night about a myriad of topics, some related to the law, some not. But he specializes in estate planning and tax law. He does a lot of stuff related to nonprofit organizations as well. He is really a brilliant man. So if you're in the market for somebody who is doing estate planning or tax law, you should really call Michael Wexler here. His office is located at 12526 High Bluff Drive in San Diego, California, and his phone number is 858-792-3540. That's 858-792-3540. And as I said, I had a long conversation with him and about just a ton of different topics, and he is a really, really bright man. So I want to talk a little bit now about some new communities. Last week I mentioned Cornerstone Communities in Carlsbad, their new development, Old Creek Trails. However, last week I told you it was off of El Camino Real, and it is not. I did a little slip there, so I want to correct that. It's actually located south of the 76 and west of College. I drove by it the other day, and all the earth movers are there, and everything's moving earth around, getting ready for this new giant development that they're going to be putting in on 60 acres of land. Also being built by Cornerstone Communities in Oceanside, in the Rancho del Oro area, is the Pacific Ridge community. I drove by that as well. That one's going to be really interesting because it sits on top of a hill there, and it looks like some of the edge properties might even have some ocean views there. I don't think any of the actual building has taken place there, but the land looks like it's been graded, but they haven't put any streets or anything in, but I'm sure they're going to start building it very soon. I also want to do another call out to the Toll Brothers at Robertson Ranch Development in Carlsbad, which is a stone's throw from my office. That's the 672 new home development that's going to be built here real soon. They're in the process of putting in streets and sewers, things like that. Toll Brothers builds really nice houses. I really think that they're a high-quality builder. And so if you're interested in a Toll Brothers house, you should call my office. As I said, I'm really, really close to that particular community. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit about Linares Casero in Carlsbad. That's the 26th new home development. That's pretty close to the Toll Brothers development. Actually, you could literally, when I say stone's throw, you might be able to throw a stone there. I mean, you'd probably have to, maybe be a professional baseball player, but you might get that stone there. But it's a nice development as well. It's a smaller development, only 26 homes. Also, it's high quality. It's a high quality builder. Their homes are a little interesting because they have kind of a floor plan based on multifamilies. And the way they have it set up is kind of interesting. So if you're looking to buy a home and maybe you're going to have your in-laws or somebody like that living with you, that is a development you might want to look into. And that's Lennar. Lennar is a development in Carlsbad. It's called Casero. The one thing I want to say about all of these is if you are looking for new homes, get representation. I know we've talked about this before, but when you're dealing with a builder, a lot of times the builders say, oh, you don't need a real estate professional to represent you. But I'll tell you, a lot of times there's a lot of things that come into effect later on or halfway through the transaction that you need some guidance. You need your own champion to kind of just, to throw things off. If you can't trust their representatives as representing you 100% and giving you the best advice. And there's a lot of scenarios that come up. In my legal practice, I get a lot of people calling me, halfway through going, well, the builder's trying to do this, or is it right if the builder does this, or can they do that, or I'm having trouble with my loan, but my contingency period's up and the builder's pressing me. What do I do? All of these questions could probably be addressed if you had adequate real estate professional, and preferably someone like me that really understands new home developments and developers and law. So I want to kind of jump over really quick. I want to talk about a couple listings that I have. The first one I want to talk about is located in Carmel Valley. I've talked about it last week, and I want to talk about it again. It's located at 4251 Pylon Point in Carmel Valley. This one is currently on the market for $979,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath home, and it has 2,533 square feet. And a couple things that really make this house stand out is when you're comparing buying this house to, say, a new house, one of the things you need to keep in mind is this particular house has no homeowners association and no Mello-Roos. So the price is what it is. So even if you even if you have to pay a little bit more in this house versus, say, a new house, and as we talked about before, buying new house is a little bit complicated because, you have all the add-ons that they put on there, plus you have to develop your backyard. But assuming that this house, even with all of that, is a little bit higher, in the end, your monthly payments will probably end up coming out a lot less because it has no Mello-Roos. No Mello-Roos. So this house is a great deal. Plus, it's also a good deal for people who have elderly parents or people that are living with them. So because it has a downstairs bedroom and it has a bathroom located downstairs adjoining it, it's a great deal. And I think that anybody who's looking for a house in Carmel Valley should really go buy 4251 Pylon Point. The next house I wanted to talk a little bit about is located in Alpine, and I've spoken about this one before. It's 707 Camino Scarpita in Alpine. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with 3,227 square feet. This home is priced with a range listing of $669 to $689. This one is a short sale. This one, I'm going to tell you, this one is really, really special. If you're looking to live in Alpine, this one has magnificent views. I mean, this is an incredible lot, and this was custom built by the homeowners. They put a lot of love and their own thoughts into the design of it, and you can see that especially in the backyard as horseshoe pits, bocce courts, an outdoor kitchen. I mean, it is a really special place, especially if you like views and to entertain. So if you're thinking about moving to Alpine, I strongly suggest you take a look at this, and you could contact my office if you're interested in either one of these two listings. So up next, so you want to sell your house. What's the best way to choose a real estate agent to help you? Find out after the break. You're listening to The Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer.
This is AM 1170 The Answer.